Oh, I love this one. You believe the ex is crazy, now you're the crazy ex. This is in reference to when you're dealing with a narcissistic person or toxic person and they say something like, you know what? All my exes are crazy. I have a history of attracting and dealing with crazy exes. And then you end up believing that person. You end up believing that they've had crazy exes because you might have had crazy exes. Then guess what happens? Why those exes are crazy, why they might be crazy, comes to the forefront. That narcissistic person or toxic person starts to treat you terribly, starts to drive you crazy, starts to gaslight you, starts to manipulate you, starts to devalue you. And then typically once they start to devalue you, they discard you and get rid of you. And then they try to move on to someone else. And then guess what happens? Now you are the crazy ex in their story. When they try to tell their new supply, hey, look, my last ex is crazy as hell. Then the cycle continues. Thank you for sharing this right here. This was a good line.
Hello everyone, it's Emmanuel Cooke. Today we will be reacting to a new video, and I hope that you guys enjoy the video.
I have called you 5 fucking times. 5 times. This is the shit that pisses me off. I don't want to hear you had your fucking ringer off because you already know how that situation goes if I call you and you don't fucking answer. That's the shit that pisses me.
Rant of today, yeah. You know what I really do not understand? At your big old age of 22 and upwards, well, from the time you turn 18, you're an adult, yeah. What is wrong with some women? Like, you move on, yeah, it's been years, and then they're calling on private number, hey, how are you doing? How's you and your kid? How's your missus? Bro, what is with that weird behaviour? I don't know if it's just me or we're all out here. Man and woman had some tapped exes, yeah, which will be like out of nowhere on a private number. Remember, if you're calling me on a private number, that means you must be blocked. So why go for the effort to then put down the phone, then switch your phone into private caller, call yesterday because I missed a call, then you call today, I answer and you're like, how are you? How's you? And your child and your missus? Go away, bro. I'm telling you, these mad women, mad man, mad exes, bro, they need to just stop and go away.
Run. Run if they say this. This is a huge red flag. So you're just getting to know somebody, you're starting dating, and they turn around and they say,
yeah, my ex, she was crazy.
Now I know you know what I'm talking about. Don't get me wrong here. Some people do genuinely just have the crazies, but typically we know that people don't just wake up and decide one day, I'm gonna be a crazy bitch. People are provoked. We respond to certain things. I'm sure that even you've had experiences where somebody has made you feel some type of way and you've acted emotionally. You have acted impulsively. And let's not forget that when we are in love, we can be made to feel insecure if we are being mistreated. Toxic relationships happen all the time. People don't just choose to become some type of way. And yes, this person could have had a bad childhood and traumas that could have made them act more crazy than maybe anybody else might have done. But let's not forget that if you're in a secure relationship, those things don't tend to come out. So this person who's calling their ex crazy absolutely is refusing to accept accountability of their side. And that is a red flag because it means that they don't have accountability. And I've mentioned this in a previous video, that narcissistic tendency is a danger zone. By calling their ex crazy, they're basically telling on themselves. They're basically telling you that they mistreated this person and failed to understand their needs. So if they say their ex is crazy, either proceed with caution or run.
Young man hit me up. He said, hey, OG, I need some advice. I've been talking to this young lady for about 6 months now. He said everything is going good, so I decided to tell my mom. And at first my mother was excited. She was like, oh, I can't wait to meet her and everything. And, you know, when I'm going to meet her and all that. He said, but all that changed once I told her that she had a crazy ex-boyfriend and how her boyfriend be showing up at her job, leaving notes and everything, post on Instagram and all of that other stuff. He said, my mother attitude completely changed and said, leave that woman alone. Don't deal with her. You don't need those problems. You don't know how to handle that type of stuff. Leave her alone. I don't want to lose my son over this. Stop. Don't leave her alone. And so he said, OG, what should I do? I feel like I'm torn between my mother and my girl. And I said, young man, I'm going to tell you a story that happened to me. Around 2003, I was dealing with this young lady who had a crazy ex-boyfriend, right? Doing some of the similar things, busting out on windows and all that. He was off. So one Friday we were going out. So we going out eating and everything, and we went out to the movies or whatever. So we went back to her crib. So that morning I woke up around 5 o'clock and I left. My car was parked in the visitor spot, but right next to the visitor spot was that dumpster, those big dumpsters, apartment dumpsters. Not even looking and paying attention to my surroundings and none of that, right? I go to my car. I'm facing my car. The dumpster's behind me. Somebody comes round the back, says, "Hey, my man, I'm willing to die for mine. Are you?" I said, "Nope." And I never talked to her again. She hit me up about 2 to 3 days later, like, "What's up with you? What's happening? What's going on? What happened? I thought we were cool." I was like, "Hey, your man, your ex-boyfriend, he came and tried to run down on me, and I ain't having that." She said, "Oh, you a punk, you this and that." And I was like, "Okay, I'll be whatever you want." So a couple of months later, around June, that happened in March, around June, because it was around my birthday, we go to City Lights, right? Because I was stationed in Fort Hood, Texas. So we go to City Lights, and I see her with another dude, right? And we all having a good time. So then a fight break out between her ex-boyfriend and the dude she was with. Dude says, "Yo, I'll be back." So he stays or whatever, and I don't know why he stayed. So then we all get let out of the club. We all outside, and if you know anything about City Lights, people sitting back, sound systems bumping and everything, but just sitting back, talking and whatever, shooting the shit, right? So next thing you hear is pop, 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 pop. Everybody jump out, scared out. So next, I think about a couple of weeks later, I was watching the news, and they said we found a suspect in the murder of guy at City Lights. It was her ex-boyfriend, and the dude was the dude she was with. I say all of that to say sometimes, man, the best thing you can do is leave some people alone who have situations that they haven't gotten out of. And I thought that could have been me, because when he came outside around from the dumpster, there was no way in the world I could have done anything. I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't doing whatever. He could have just let it go right there, and there was nothing I could have done. I was defenseless, right? Sometimes the best thing to do is not to be macho, is to go ahead on and say, "Hey, maybe you need to go handle that before you get in a relationship." It's not you being a punk or being whatever. It's you being safe and smart. A lot of times you don't know the mental stability of who the dudes that they used to be with. So I tell men every day, you got to listen to what women say about their ex. And you have to also understand and make better decisions whether you want to be with her if the guy is kind of stalking her or doing whatever. Don't be macho, man, with your life, man. Don't be macho. We hear this all the time on how men lose their life over something like this. And don't you be that guy. Sometimes the best thing to do is say, "Hey, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and let you be. I'm going to let you be. Stop being macho and want to prove yourself, man, or you really going to have to prove yourself. And you may end up finding yourself in a bad situation." So I tell anybody, if they got some situations like that, the best thing to do is, "Hey, maybe I'm not the one for you," and bow out gracefully. You don't want to lose your life over nothing foolish, man. You don't want to. There's a lot of dudes out here who willing to go to jail for that. And I'm saying to you, don't fall in crossfire and get in the line of a dude who can't wait to go back to jail, who can't wait to do something stupid. There's hundreds of stories where men lose their life, man. They innocent men. They got nothing to do with what's going on. And a lot of mothers are grieving because of that. So I'm saying to you, all of you, sometimes the best thing to do, if a person has a situation where the ex-boyfriend, ex-husband, baby father's crazy and stalking them or whatever, baby mama got some issues or whatever, it's best not to put yourself in that situation and sometimes say, "I'm out." They let them call you a punk. Let them call you this. Let them call you whatever. But one thing they won't call you is dead. And that's important. So that's my public safety announcement. Take care.
Trying to freaking stalk me, man. You can't get in here.
Why are you not in
You can't get in here, though. I moved into a gated community. Like, you can't get in here unless you got a key, bro. For real, man. Get off the gate, bro. I got neighbors. No. I'm scared to get close to the door. Okay, first of all, you on the wrong side. First of all, you ain't gonna be able to open it from that side. And you can't open it because you need a key. Like, look at this girl, bro. No, bro. Like, get your hand off the thing. Bro, you seriously...
You was not saying that 2 weeks ago, but now you
what?
trying to act like, why you acting different?
Today's a new day.
Okay.
I said we broke up. So you gonna hurt yourself, bro?
Open the door.
You gonna literally try to hurt...
Fucking open
It
the
looks
door.
like you're hurting yourself.
Open the
I'm not playing with you,
door.
bro. I'm about to call the police on your ass. For real. If I
you
call my
for real?
sisters and them over here,
Bring
you go...
them. You can bring them. I don't
Oh
care.
my
Bring
God.
them. Your
I
sisters.
have
What?
neighbors.
Why you ever talk to me like that? You
But I have
never
neighbors,
ever
bro.
talk to me like that.
Okay, get off the
Open
thing.
the door, Justin.
So you go kick me now? Oh, no. Oh, you're not getting that back. You're not getting that back. You're not getting that back. You're not getting that back.
So, if you guys don't know, this is kind of like a sensitive subject, but I'm going to give y'all a little story time. I got married at 17 to a guy who was 18, 1 year older than me, but we had the same birthday. And he is no longer here on the earth. He passed away. But, yeah, so I was married to him, and he already had a kid at a really young age. And while I was married to him, like, I went into the marriage knowing about one kid, right? His son. And then while I was married to him, guess what? He got the baby mama pregnant again. And the baby mama hid it the whole time for me until she was like 7 months. And I pissed her off one day, and she told me, I'm 7 months pregnant by him again. And this time we're having a girl. And I was so stupid back then, and like, I didn't have kids or anything. So I stayed with him for a little bit, and some other stuff was happening, like abusive things was happening, and I decided to leave him. So I moved back out to Chatsworth with my parents, and he didn't like that. And so he was out and about after I served him with divorce papers, and he wrecked, had a very bad wreck. And from what I understand, he did wreck on purpose, and he had 2 other females in the car with him, but didn't understand why I wanted a divorce. Anyways, he had 2 other females in the car with him when he wrecked, and sent me a text right before he wrecked and said that he was himself, right? And I don't know if TikTok will let me say that, so that's why I'm not saying it, but y'all get the memo. So, yeah, he wrecked with them 2 girls in the car, damn near almost killed them. One of them is actually my friend's, and she was meeting up with his friend, and that's why he picked her up, and the other one he was with. But yeah, he wanted to not live anymore because I didn't want to be with him. Anyways, it doesn't make sense. Well, he wrecked. I would stay at that hospital in ICU with him for crazy amount of hours and crazy amount of days for a really long time, for like 6 months. I stood by him and stuff, and you know, me and his parents both realized that he was not making it out of this, like that he may not, you know, die right then, but like he wasn't going to be okay. So his parents decided to take care of him at home, and he just recently passed away 6 months ago. So he had that wreck 7 or 8 years ago, and he's been, not, I don't like saying vegetable because it's ugly, but he's been like, and I don't want to say brain dead either because that's ugly, but y'all get the memo. For all these years until 6 months ago when he passed away, he's lived at his parents' house, and they took awesome care of him. They are great people, and they were great to me too. That's a side note. But they took care of him all this time, and he just recently passed, sadly. Like, even though we went through some pretty bad stuff, I don't wish anything bad on him. But yeah, so that's a crazy story time, and I was weird about talking about all this on the internet because, you know, I didn't know how they would feel about it and stuff. But yeah, I've dealt with a lot of stuff. So the guy I was married to died. Obviously, that's what I just told y'all. He had another girl pregnant before he died, or before the wreck. That caused him to be, you know, not himself anymore. And yeah. So apparently every time me and him would get into it, every time he would go see the son that was already here, he would have sex with her and cheat on me. And yeah, so 7 months of her pregnancy, I'm thinking me and him are just happy-go-lucky and all of that, and he's got a whole nother woman pregnant. These men ain't shit, y'all. When I tell y'all I have been through hell with these men, and I know y'all was hoping this was about Mr. Shitty, but this was about Mr. Shitty number 2, or number 1. We should call him number 1. Yes. I hope y'all have a good day and enjoy this.
It is absolutely crazy to me how many of you guys will actually like root on the downfalls of others, especially someone you were in a relationship with. I'm very fortunate in the sense that I never had like a big betrayal. I never got cheated on or something like that. But this is someone that you actually like cared for, maybe even loved, and genuinely potentially saw yourself with for the rest of your life. So going through and stalking their social media from time to time and trying to see if they have like a negative bank account is unreal. Like, you gotta have other stuff you should be focusing on, like employment or socioeconomics or whatever you kids do nowadays. And simply put, like, actually even clicking on their profile anymore is just you giving energy to someone else. I don't care what exactly they did. You have to genuinely like forgive them in your hearts. That doesn't mean you have to like talk to them again. I'm not telling you to get back with your ex, but you just have to move on and not care about it anymore, because if you're not going to see that person for the next like 5 to 10 years of your life, why would you give them any more than 5 seconds of thought?
Things my ex did, but I still stayed. There were times where he smelled so bad that I had to force him to shower and brush his teeth. He would make me pay for literally everything and would ask me for money to buy me gifts. If I wanted to go over to his house, he would tell me that the only way I could be there was if I cleaned his whole house. I would literally have to sweep, mop, wash dishes, do the laundry, everything. He would threaten to break up with me if I didn't let him use my car because he didn't have one. And sometimes he would hide my car keys so that I couldn't go anywhere, which made me be late for either school or work.
Women put up with all these different things from these type of guys, and then after one day, they wake up and realize they can do better. They need to do better. They mental suffers because of it. And the next man, who's actually a good man, who actually want to treat her right, to love her properly, has to suffer because they stayed there and dealt with this bullshit for so long. If somebody's not good for you, get out of there. If you go to a restaurant and you try something new and you put the food in your mouth and you don't like it, you're taking it out. You're getting it out of there. If somebody's not good for you and you know they're not good for you, don't get me wrong, people can play roles, but once you find out who somebody truly are and they're not good for you, get out of there. Leave that relationship. Because it's going to do you more damage staying. And eventually, because it's not for you, it's not going to be for you. So leave.
Story time on how I caught my ex cheating on me with a woman in our apartment, part 2. So the girl who he was cheating on me with was somebody that I knew. In the last video, I told y'all that she was in my delivery room when I had my baby. Let me tell y'all why. Him and a girl was friends. In the beginning, it was like a group of them that was friends. She was in a group. But she wasn't the only female that was in the group, if that makes sense, you know. So I was cool with it. I'm like, you know, they all friends. They all cool, you know what I'm saying? And you can have opposite sex friends, you know. It shouldn't be nothing wrong with it, you know what I'm saying? Child, please. So things just started to just become too much with them two. And when I say too much, I mean like y'all around each other too much for me. Like, I get it, y'all friends, but why the fuck is she everywhere you go? Like, literally. You say you over so-and-so house, she there. You over so-and-so house over here, she there. It just started to become like real clingy, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't know. But whenever I would ask or when I would bring it up or say something like that in that way, it's, oh, you being insecure. Clearly I wasn't, because the bitch was in my motherfucking house. I'm talking about day friends to the point where she coming over his mama house. She was speaking to me. Sometimes I would be with him and he would go pull up over his friend's house and she be there. You know, shit like that, like we was around each other. She knew that me and him was in a relationship and we was having a baby. She was in the delivery room after I had my baby, coming to see me and coming to see the baby. So for the people in the comments talking about some, oh, you need to be mad at the nigga, you need to be mad at the nigga. I get that. But in this situation, I'm mad at the nigga and I'm mad at that bitch. Because you got me fucked up. So not only is y'all playing in my face, but y'all playing in my house too. That's disrespectful as fuck. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. No, we didn't have like a friendship where we the best of friends or we hanging out like that. But we sitting in the same room. You know it's me and him. You know I'm having his baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's weird. Then to be in my house, like, I don't care. Like, that's disrespectful as fuck. I don't give a fuck. I'm not finna go on nobody's shit. Especially when I'm fucking their man or their woman. That's rude. That's how people get hurt. So you damn right I was ready to fight. I was with whatever. Because, no, bitch, you disrespectful. So you gonna get this shit too. Period.
I'm dead ass being fucking followed. You see that car right there? Yeah, that's my ex's car. Right fucking there. And she's just following me and shit. Look at this. She's blocking my car. Look at this. Look at this. You're blocking my car. You're blocking my car. You are blocking my vehicle and stalking me. Leave me alone. You are stalking me. You just showed up at my job at 5 in the morning. I'm tired. Go away. Dude, you're insane. How did you find my job? Dude, get away from me. Get away from me. Dude, this is literally... Dude, I'm gonna die, bro. I'm dead ass gonna die one fucking day, bro. This is literally insane. Dude, I don't know what's wrong with her, bro.
What's that one thing your ex gave you that you can't quite get rid of?
He gave me the ability to do this every time I think about him. Ew.
Ugh.
Hi.
Yeah, what?
What's the F for? What do you mean what? Come for my Valentine's present.
Sorry, what?
My Valentine's present? Like, it's coming up, so I just thought I'd pop round for my Valentine's present.
Okay, but we broke up.
Yeah, so Valentine's coming up, so I thought, let me come over for my present. Does it matter if we...
Yeah, but what present? We broke up.
Yeah, so what? What's that got to do with my present? Can't we get back together then? Because, I mean, I'm going to be without a Valentine if you don't get back with me, and I need my presents, obviously.
Okay, but you're the one who broke up with me.
Yeah, so I broke up with you, now I want to get back with you. So
Yeah, but why?
Because Valentine's is coming up. I haven't got anybody. I thought, why not be back with you so I can make sure I get my present? I don't even mind breaking up with you after that.
So hold a minute, yeah. You want to get back together, okay, yeah? Just for the sake of it being Valentine's Day, yeah? And then get a present, and then you'd be more than happy just to break up again.
Yeah, well, what? I don't get what you're not getting. I need a Valentine's present. It's coming up. If I don't get back with you, then I'm not going to get any presents, am I?
So why didn't you get yourself a present?
No, because, wait, hold on. How's that going to work out? If I buy it for myself, how am I going to post it and say, oh, my boo gave me this, my boo bought me that? I've got nothing to post if you don't buy me something. Come on, then.
Yeah, but we're not together.
It doesn't matter if we're together or not. We can get back together. Then, as I said, do you know what? You could even dump me this time. I don't mind. All I'm trying to say is I need this present. I really... Do you know that Chanel bag that I showed you before? Before we broke up?
Okay, but like we were together then. We were together then. Right now, it's irrelevant.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that we could just... All right, just imagine we were together then. Because it seems like you're having a difficult time. Oh, we're not together. I'm not even talking about being together. I'm talking about my Valentine's present. I've come here to you today Just about Valentine's. You're talking about, oh, we're not together, we're not together. Like, get back together, don't get back together. It makes no difference. I just want my Valentine's present. Like, just really want my Valentine's present now.
Okay, so then why did you break up with me?
That's what I'm saying. You're talking about irrelevant stuff.
No, it's not irrelevant because, like, we broke up. No, you broke up with me. And now you're saying, oh, no, let's get back together. Like, it's Valentine's Day coming. Like, how does that sound appealing to me at all?
You get to give me gifts. I smile. I say thank you. I post a couple of pictures on the gram. Everyone thinks, oh, you're this great guy. And, yeah, that's it. Just a bit of content, really. But I need the presents from you because then it's not authentic if it's coming from myself.
Yeah, but then it's not authentic with this whole thing together because you physically come to me just to say, let's get back together just for the sake of having a Valentine's Day gift.
Yeah, I don't really understand what you're not getting. We like Valentine's presents. I like Valentine's presents, right? You give me the Valentine present, and that's it. We're having all of this big discussion, argument outside for no reason, no apparent reason. I've just come for my present. I was very polite at first. Now I'm getting a bit frustrated because I'm not understanding your point of the story. I'm not understanding your side. It's simple. You give me the Valentine's present. Valentine's is coming up. It makes sense. It's not like I'm coming at Christmas to ask for a Valentine's present. Coming in the run up to Valentine's, asking for my present, and you've got an issue with it. It doesn't matter if we're together or not, honestly.
I think it's about high time I told you all about my crazy ex. Now, normally I wouldn't use the term crazy because I don't think that that's fair. But in this situation, in this scenario, I think it's appropriate. Let me paint the picture for you. I'm a freshman at Georgia State. I have just moved to Atlanta from a small town. Up to this point, I have been dating somebody for 2 years and we just broke up. Now, at this point, I had been with my boyfriend for 2 years, and we were in high school, so I never really dated somebody like who could drive and take me out, that sort of thing before. So I was very easily influenced by anybody and everything that came along. So this man messages me on GroupMe of all places, and he reached out to me because he had seen me perform in a play. He was close to a lot of people that were in the theater with me, and he was like, hey, you did really good. I'm writing this short series for YouTube, and I would love for you to be an actress in it. And of course, I jumped at that because I'm 18 and I don't know any better. Not to say that all 18-year-olds are stupid, but I was from a small town living in the big city. I was pretty stupid. So anyway, I met up with him for a overview of what we would be doing on the project, right? And while I was meeting up with him, my friend actually passed away. Like, I got the news in the middle of our meeting, which obviously was a very vulnerable moment for me. So I think he saw this as an opportunity, and he was like, hey, I'm sorry this happened. Why don't I take you out? So I agreed to go out with him, and at the end of the evening, he was like, here's my glasses. He had these like fake glasses. He said, here's my glasses. I want you to come up with an outfit with these and come back and meet me tomorrow and we'll go out again. And of course I was like, damn, that's charming. Absolutely I will. Little did I know what I was getting myself into. So anyway, we continue to go out on these little excursions. They're not really dates at this point because we're not romantic yet. But then about like 2 or 3 weeks in, we kissed, and the rest was history. I was infatuated. I think the craziest part about this whole thing that I didn't realize until much later is that he was like 4 years older than me. like he was a full-grown man by the time that we were dating. So anyway, we continue to work on this project together, and eventually the project becomes such a huge ordeal that we move past YouTube and start pitching it as a series for major television networks. You might think this crazy, but I certainly didn't at 18 years old. I was like, we're gonna be famous. We're gonna be rich. And boy, did it only escalate from there. This is gonna have to be a series that I make, so stay tuned for part 2.
Get ready with me while I tell y'all some of the crazy, unnecessary, and just out-of-pocket shit my ex used to do when we was together. One day, I think we had gotten into it. We had went out to dinner with my family, and we low-key got into it. And when we got back to my house, he sat outside in the car for like 15 minutes talking on the phone. Or talking on the phone. And so of course I went outside to check on him, and he tells me that he just found out his mom has cancer. Me, I'm like, oh my god, like, is she okay? Like, how is she feeling? Is she gonna get treatment? He's like, I don't know. She's saying she don't want to get treatment. And I was like, okay, well, I hope, you know, she does end up getting treatment. I was like, what kind of cancer is it? He was like, oh, I'm not too sure. I was like, well, doesn't she know? He was like, he couldn't even tell me. Just say he told me that pretty early on in our relationship, and I didn't hear a thing about it ever again. Like, it's almost like the cancer just went poof. He also lied about opening up a credit card with my social security number. I just knew it was him. I knew it was him. I called the credit card company. I did some investigating. They were able to give me the phone number and the address on the account, and it was his. But he continued to deny. I mean, deny. And so I was just like, okay, this is crazy. The thing is, the credit card was used. That's how I found out it was even opened. It was used. $400 some was charged to it. Here's where I'm confused. His address was the one on the account. So they mailed the credit card to him, to his house. It was obviously taken out of the mailbox, opened, and used. So who else would have done that? Not to even mention, you need a code to get into his complex, and you need a key, which every apartment has their own key to the mailbox. So a random person couldn't just get in the mailbox and take this one piece of mail with a credit card in it. Anyways, he denied, and honestly, I just let it go. I ended up I couldn't do it no more. I was just like, you know what, fuck it. I ended up like getting with the credit card company, got it taken off my account. My credit went back up, things was good. There was another time where he made a fake Instagram page pretending to be this guy I used to like mess with, and pretty much was DMing me, trying to like set me up. These DMs were saying things like, I miss you, I want to take you out, I want to see you, like, let me take you shopping, things like that. And a part of me was like, yeah, something about this don't seem right, because the guy that he was pretending to be would not have been DMing me like saying shit like that. So fast forward, I pretty much accused him of being the person in my DMs, and he was swearing up and down it was not him. He even took it so far as to put that on his dead brother's grave. He was like, on my dead brother, that is not me in your DMs. Spoiler alert, it was him. I confirmed it. How I confirmed it is a whole nother story, but just to let y'all know, if it's something I want to find out, if it's something I want to know, I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna figure it out. And I did. A more recent thing, so after we broke up, of course, he didn't take it very well. You know, I didn't expect him to take it any other way, but weird things started to happen at my job. My manager pulls me into her office one day, and she tells me, hey, so we got a phone call pretty much from an FBI agent saying that you are involved in some type of FBI investigation. I was like, no, I go to work, I go home. I'm not involved in no FBI, nothing. I don't know nobody. You know, my managers, they real cool. They was like, yeah, you know, something about it didn't sound right, but I just, you know, we just wanted to give you a heads up. First thing that comes to mind, it's my ex. The fake phone calls, calling my job's office at 4 in the morning, just all this weird shit. It just sounded way too familiar. And my dad and my ex were pretty cool, so my dad gave him a call and was like, look, I don't know if you got anything to do with what's going on at my daughter's job, but if you do, I suggest you stop. And what do you know? After my dad had that phone call with him, the phone call stopped. No more FBI investigation. Honestly, I feel like I need to make a part 2, like telling y'all about these scenarios, because this is just crazy, everything I dealt with, but I'm just glad it's over.
Story time on how my ex cheated on me after getting back together after he cheated on me. And I know what you're about to say. Once a cheater, always a cheater. Why'd you get back with him? It's your fault. honestly, yeah, it is my fault. And I will never do this again, but I need to tell my story so that other people don't do this again. So I used to live in Toronto, and when I was living in Toronto, I swore that I was not ready for a relationship. And then I met this guy, and things started to change. We started dating. It was great for a first month or two. And then I realized that he was texting a prostitute that he used to hook up with. First red flag. I know. I should have definitely stopped there. But I found out in a weird way. Like, she was giving him tips on like where to go when we were visiting a different country. And I didn't know at the time that they had hooked up. And then after finding out about it, clearly I ended it. And yes, a prostitute. So embarrassing on his part. And then after we got back together, when we were off, he was hooking up with this girl that people would call a Walmart version of me, which is kind of sad, but that was that. And then we ended up getting back together because he begged, whatever, all these things, did absolutely everything, went to therapy, told me that he's changed his life, changed his way, all these, he'd do anything for me. So we got back together eventually. And then suddenly I had a gut feeling, like a hunch that things just weren't working out. And then one day I woke up because we slept on the phone every night because it was long distance. And then I woke up one day, went on my Instagram, my For You page, was just scrolling. And this girl that was trying to get with him in our prior relationship, that I saw text from him being like, I'm trying to get back together with my ex-girlfriend, like, stop texting me, this isn't gonna work out, blah, blah, blah. He then unfollowed her for the sake of like, I just want to show you that I'm not doing this, blah, blah. And after like cheating on me, like, it was kind of like, you kind of have to do that now after making all these mistakes. So like, thank you for unfollowing, but that's the least you could have done. So that was before. And then when I was on my For You page, I saw that the first like on this girl that came up, that was prior the person that was trying to get with him, was that girl. So he liked her picture, and this was the day before. So I was like, that she posted it. So I was like, oh, so you followed her back, you're liking all of her pictures. When did you follow her back? And why did you think that was a good idea? And he had no explanation then for saying, well, I let you follow people that you've hooked up with in the past. Okay, but they didn't try to ruin our relationship. And I didn't cheat on you. So I'm not trying to prove anything, you're trying to prove something. And I get the whole 50-50 thing, but like if they tried to come in between our relationship, yes, I would part ways with them. But this person came and tried to destroy it, and you told me that you'd unfollow them, and that you did, and then you just decided one day to follow them back when we were on great terms. Cheating, right? And in my head, that's cheating. That's doing something behind my back that you don't want me to figure out about. And when was this conversation with her that you decided that you're both going to follow each other back? And how embarrassing is that to me? I just had no idea about this. And the one thing in my relationship is don't embarrass me. So I ended things with him again. And why would I do long distance with someone that I don't trust, is what I told him. So I ended with him again. 2 days later, I get a text from my friend saying, hey, I just want to let you know, he will name him Jim. This girl named Courtney told me that she's been hooking up with Jim. And she hooked up with Jim the same night that she told me all of this. I said, what night was this? She said it was a Sunday, that Sunday. I broke up with him on Tuesday. So he was cheating on me the entire time of the next one? He literally told me that he would do anything. He'd move to the same country I was in. He'd do whatever. He said I was the love of his life, all these things. Manipulation that a man can have, and the stupidity of me. So now I am so guarded, thankfully, and I don't need a man. But the audacity and the disrespect and the nerve that this guy had to say things to my face and then go behind my back. I wish every girl in Toronto luck if you pass him at any bar. I hope to God you don't even look and you walk the next way. Not for the sake of him not getting any girls, for the sake of you bracing yourself from a manipulative, narcissistic man. And I know I always say they don't find someone better, they find someone better suited for them. And I can honestly say I have no idea who would even deserve to have to put up with that. So good luck, Toronto, Ontario. Good luck, because this man is running wild, apparently.
Basically, I'm with this chick, Shawnee. We've been together for like 6-7 months, you know. And I'm painting her toenails and shit, and she's on her phone. She look at me from the corner of her eye. I peep it. So I'm like, oh, okay. So, wow, grab her phone. Yeah. You know when a chick cheating too, they real strong, fellas. So Marshawn Winter down. Chill out, bro. I'm like, ain't shit on here. Well, I noticed the airplane thing on. Man, I hit that shit. I'm 18 at the time. Wow. Fellas, that phone went from no action to ding, 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 ding. Guys, dings were bouncing off things. My heart just like, oof, oof, oof. She killed me. I'm like, girl, come out of here. Bro, I swear to God, she left. The phone was still dinging, bro, when she was heading out the driveway.
Guys, he found me. My ex literally found me. We don't even live in the same state, okay? But this guy is literally out of his mind, crazy. I am sitting in a restaurant waiting for my friend, okay? I'm waiting for my friend, and all of a sudden, I get a text. I look down, and he goes, LOL, look behind you. I get up, I look behind me, I sit back down, I tell the waitress I will be leaving, get up to go to the bathroom, and I zoom from the bathroom to my car. Like, he could have just been here coincidentally. I'm not gonna say he's not, but this man is psychotic, okay? I've already had to press charges against him. I've already had a restraining order against him. So it's like, let's not do this again. Let's not do this again. Please, sir. Please. Like, why? What is it? How do I just keep attracting these crazy people? I don't understand.
That is it for today. I appreciate you guys watching the video, and like, comment, and subscribe down below, and see you in the next video.